It is my pleasure to present Cale's annual Morris T. Keaton Award this year. Established in 1989 to honor Morris T. Keaton, the founding president of Cale, this award recognizes a person whose work, commitment, and ideals reflect and extend the values that Morris Keaton exemplified. Dr. Keaton made innovation and improvement in education his life's work. He was a firm believer that the time and place to pursue learning is any time and any place. So I can't think of a better recipient of the 2020 Morris T. Keaton Award than Dr. Zakiya Smith-Ellis. Dr. Smith-Ellis was twice named to Forbes 30 Under 30 list in the education category, and for good reason. Her life's work already included a litany of leadership positions in service of lifelong learning. She was a strategy director at the Lumina Foundation, which is the nation's largest foundation dedicated solely to higher ed. At Lumina, she led the foundation's work to develop new models of student financial support for higher education and to advance solutions to increase attainment through federal policy. Dr. Smith-Ellis also served as a senior advisor for education at the White House Domestic Policy Council under the Obama administration. She also was a senior advisor at the U.S. Department of Ed, where she focused on issues spanning the secondary and post-secondary learning landscape. Early in her career, Dr. Smith-Ellis served as Director of Government Relations at the Advisory Committee on Student Financial Assistance, where she authored reports on college access programs, community colleges, and on the ability of low and moderate income families to afford post-secondary education. More recently, Dr. Smith-Ellis has served as Secretary of Higher Education for the state of New Jersey, where she was at the forefront of advocacy and assistance for preserving post-secondary education amid this COVID-19 pandemic. During this time, I actually personally had the pleasure of talking to Dr. Smith-Ellis and her team, and we were immediately impressed at how she and her team managed a monumental challenge through just a challenging time. They were quickly addressing policy barriers in the state that needed to be addressed in order to support a pandemic response, and also supported all of the institutions in this state supporting their emergency operation plan. In June, citing her extensive policy experience, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy named Dr. Smith-Ellis his chief policy advisor. Dr. Smith-Ellis has provided insights on higher education policy at dozens of conferences, briefings, and panels across the United States. She's been featured on C-SPAN, on Fox Business News, as well as profiled in the Chronicle for Higher Ed, Forbes magazine, and in diverse issues in higher education. She's passionate about college advising. She's an appointed board member at NACAC, the National Association for College Admission Counseling. And now it is my honor to introduce you to the 2020 Morris T. Keaton Award recipient, Dr. Zakiya Smith-Ellis.
Thank you, Alex, so much for that warm introduction. And thank you for all the work you do and for all of the folks at Cale. The organization has just been phenomenal on behalf of advocating for adult learners and promoting innovative practices to serve them very well. So I'm thankful for an advocate like Cale in the community that's been there for some time and that has new heights, I know, even to reach in terms of how we provide service to adult learners. And I can't thank you enough for this recognition. This has certainly been a very trying time for the state of New Jersey. It's been just something that we couldn't have imagined in terms of the impact on particularly low-income adults and those who don't have post-secondary education right now, not only from the health impacts that we're seeing that disproportionately impact those who are individuals that identify as people of color, but also from the economic fallout. And so much of our work in serving adult learners is to help them get a leg up in the economy, to help them be able to better themselves. That's what they themselves identify as the reason for wanting a post-secondary education. And so to have organizations like Cale recognize the importance of working together to serve these adults who are looking for post-secondary education to meet their kind of economic needs in the base at the base level is very important, and I'm so thankful for you all for that. And like I said, the COVID-19 pandemic has really put this into perspective in a new way for all of us, especially here. We really need, they need advocates and practitioners on the ground who are continuously thinking about advances and ways to support them through innovative practices. I'm proud to say that when I was Secretary of Higher Education in the state, we worked to develop funding supports through our Community College Opportunity Grant program that really put adult learners at the center from the beginning of the design of that program. So often, and I don't have to tell this audience this, but so often people focus affordability initiatives and things like that on what they think of as traditional students and younger students. And I'm really proud that the majority of the recipients of our Community College Opportunity Grant were adult learners. And so we know that providing supports, funding supports, wraparound supports for programs like that, thinking about the needs of adults at the center from the beginning, is a great way to advance economic opportunity for individuals. This work, though, is really collaborative, so I just want to thank all of those people who are working in the state of New Jersey, in particular, given where I am now, including our Commissioner of Labor, who has just been a phenomenal partner when we think about expanding opportunity. He has been someone that has seen post-secondary education for adult learners as a critical path for expanding that opportunity, getting people the step up that they need. And that continues to be the case even now. So we have so many partners in the state that I'm proud to have worked with, not only the Commissioner of Labor, our community college colleagues we have a great institution, a four-year institution here, Thomas Edison State University, that primarily serves adult learners, that serves as a model. I'm really thankful to be able to work with such wonderful colleagues who all care so much about this cause. And I'm so, again, thankful to Cale for thinking of me for this Morris T. Keaton Award. It means a lot when you're doing this work day in and day out to be recognized in this way. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Smith-Ellis. Congratulations on the award. Thank you for joining us, but more importantly, thank you for your dedication to adult learners and also to the institutions and organizations that support them. We cannot thank you enough for that dedication. The work is incredibly important, as you know, and just increasingly so during this pandemic time. So thank you again and congratulations.